Oh, hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great Monday. Happy Easter to everyone who out there who celebrates Easter. Hopefully, got a lot of bit of chocolates. I looked for candy all day yesterday. Didn't find a single piece. I was kind of disappointed. But yeah, you're watching Borderline Banter. Welcome to the show. My name is Mike. Dustin moving the mouse around. Dustin, did you get any candy from the Easter Bunny?
You know what? I looked around and nope. We do have neighbors and we do have grass in our
Yeah.
yard, so I thought maybe the kid will be dumb and not find. They didn't put any out there.
Son of a
They like
bitch.
went to
So,
the lake or something. I don't
yeah.
know.
I
I
don't
was
know.
like, go take a kid's candy.
That would be
But
the
they say it's
best.
easy,
I didn't even think
right?
about that. Imagine sneaking in someone's backyard and taking all
Yeah,
the
it's
candy.
well, what do you
Like,
think taking candy from a baby means? Like
yeah.
that's what they meant.
That's
They
what they
didn't say
meant,
that, hey,
Anis.
you
Yeah,
don't give away the
you
whole
don't take it from
plant.
the hand; you just take it from the
But
yard.
like
So,
it wasn't easy. Is my point. Like that saying, it ain't real.
but yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for being here, Dustin. How was your weekend, other than not getting candy?
It was good because I got a day off. I
Yeah,
was off on Friday. I know we took the day off for the show, but also I took the day off for my work. I
yeah.
guess they just decided that's the day that we get,
You know what? Actually, I
and
think
I don't
that's.
question it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that's the first time since we started our show, I was off work and I was not doing our show. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it's kind of
sure.
crazy.
Yeah,
You took the day off too.
yeah,
You
yeah.
you you weren't given it off. You had to take it.
No, I was giving it off. I was giving
Oh,
it
you were
off.
given it?
Yeah, I took
I
it off
see.
the show. Yeah, no, I was. Yeah, I was off
Did
that
you
day.
take it or did they give it?
It was a holiday. It's a federal holiday here, so we got
Okay,
paid for it.
okay,
But yeah,
okay. Well, that's even better.
thank you for being here. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. If you're on the YouTube and if you're on the Kick, we are streaming
Well,
in both
yeah, on the
places.
YouTube they call it subscribe, but don't. I
Subscribe.
mean,
Yes, my bad.
on
Give us a
Kick,
subscribe.
subscribe is different, so I it's kind of annoying that they won't all be consistent. But
Yeah, and you know what? Share this video if you want. Share it on your Facebook, on your Twitter, everywhere you want. That helps us grow. One of your friends might just see it and give us a click, give us a follow. That's what helps us grow. The more you share it. But yeah,
yep.
and
And
go
we
to
do have a goal.
yeah,
I don't know if you were going to mention the goal. We're trying to get to 300 followers here on Kick.
and
Uh,
we're growing
do
YouTube
we
for
did we
50.
establish a goal for
We said 50.
YouTube?
We said
50.
50.
Okay,
So
because
yeah,
we're sitting at 33 there, so just a few more people checking out our YouTube
yeah, for
would be
sure.
great. I put a link to our website in the chat there. I pinned it to the
Yeah,
top. If anybody wants to go there, that could take you everywhere. All
and
of our
yeah, yeah, for
socials,
sure.
including the YouTube and the show
Okay,
that we're doing right now.
but yeah, well, yeah, we should probably get started here.
Yeah, as I say,
Um,
that's all I've got.
yeah, me too. I think I had
Ready to
something else,
jump
but I
right
forgot
in?
it. Um,
Um,
yeah, I
we
forgot.
are going to talk tonight about lots of things. What was the thing we're teasing? I forget what our
Our
teaser is.
teasing is Germany's
Germany
legalized.
celebrates cannabis
Yeah,
legalization. And we're trying something a little different. You're going to have to
yeah,
hang with us if you want to hear about that, because
yeah.
we're going to have that somewhere else in the show. So stay with us and we will talk about that. But first, some
From
TV news. You want to take this one?
yeah, long time coming. Budget to include 1 billion for national school food program in Canada. Um,
Yeah, I was going to say,
so
this is
yeah,
Canada National. So just
so okay, cool. Let's
um,
see what this actually means. I did not
long
read
time
this.
coming. So is this something that should have been done a
They
while
promised
ago?
this.
Is
I'm
this
pretty
just
sure they promised this in 2015. I'm
probably.
pretty confident that's one of the reasons people voted for them because they believe they were going to make a promise on this.
So did they wait
Um,
till like an election year, or is
yeah,
elections
well,
coming
no,
up?
elections next year. So,
Well,
but it
that's
could be,
kind
it
of
could
convenient
be,
timing, though,
but it could
right?
be in
Like,
October. But unlike you guys, when we do an election, we usually have an election within 6 weeks. So it's called, they start campaigning, and within 6 weeks, it's done. In
yeah, we
America,
make it
it's
a
like a
whole
three and a
event.
half year fucking process. Okay,
hmm
like,
It's the road to
um,
WrestleMania,
yeah, it's pretty crazy. Excuse my
which
language, my
starts
bad.
at the even earlier than the Royal Rumble, but starts at the Survivor Series,
Yeah,
aka the primaries.
it just says it's just wow. But yeah,
Crazy.
um, you can take it from here.
So the federal Liberal government is finally making good on a years-old election campaign pledge, committing Monday to allocate $1 billion over 5 years to fund a new national school food program. Okay, so just to be clear, that's just 200 million a year.
Yeah, so
Sounds bigger than it is, but 200 million is still a lot for school food, right?
yeah,
The
well
funding to be
maybe.
included in the upcoming April 16 budget will launch with the aim of expanding existing school food programs, providing meals to an additional 400,000 Canadian kids a year. So this is in 15 days. Your budget
Yeah,
stuff is happening for
it's
reals.
well, yeah, I'm kind of worried. Like this, like you gotta put some money. Like this is a good thing, but What are they going to tell us? What are they going to try to sneak
What
underneath the
else is in
rug?
this? Because if
Because
it's like America, this budget's not just here's what the schools need. Everybody agree?
yeah,
Fine?
because they show you the
No,
good.
they're like, no, here's a bunch of shit, and we're gonna call it the school funding
Well,
bill.
yeah, but this is no exactly right. They've done that
And
before
a
too.
bunch of bullshit that has nothing to do with schools in the school
Yeah.
funding bill.
So
Like,
yeah, exactly. So yeah,
there's with everything government, you never know what the hell it really is. So we're just getting what they're telling us. And they, in this case, Prime Minister Trudeau, Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland.
Who's a crackhead?
Did she do crack?
There's a few videos of her.
Allegedly.
Allegedly crackhead, because there's some videos of her out there looking pretty skirmish, and her eyes are pretty wide, and yeah, she.
Even if there was footage of her doing crack, it'd be like, well, are you sure it's crack?
But it's not.
Test
Yeah,
crack even if
yeah.
you're
But it's not.
tested.
It's not unlike Canadian politician to smoke crack, so it's a very common thing here in Canada.
I mean, crack is one of those drugs that feels like it's debilitating, though,
Yeah.
right? It's not like. Are there functional crackheads? I don't know any crack users.
Yeah, what's his name? Ford. Not Doug Ford. His brother. What was his brother's name? For 1 second.
Henry Ford. Henry.
Rob Ford. Sorry, Rob Ford. He was one of Toronto's best mayors ever, and he was smoking crack, doing drugs, sleeping with hookers. But he was one of the
doing the job still, right?
But he did an amazing job for that city. And
yeah,
he's passed away now. But yeah, he should have been doing drugs. But he was a pretty good mayor.
Yeah. Freeland could be a.
But she's not very good. She's.
And they also got members of the cabinet and the caucus, all the people. For their latest pre-budget press tour.
Yeah, so they're gonna. They're showing us the good, and they're hiding the bad. So when the budget comes out, they'll be like, "See, we did do. You know what? We did $1.5 billion of the school. Look at that, guys. We got another $500,000 million in there."
Yeah.
And then they're not going to notice that we're giving another $10 billion to Ukraine over the next month for the next 10 years or something.
And what I'm wondering is $1 billion even the right number, or is it really supposed to be like $5 billion? And the real problem here is that it's not.
$1 billion doesn't go that far, right? So
that's what I'm thinking. Like, and to your point, like we're giving like $60 billion to Ukraine. I think, because we passed our budget, our government didn't shut down. And I'm pretty sure we put funding in there. I'd have to look it up to get the number. I was thinking it's in the billions. Double digits billions.
So there's about 3.5 million kids in Canada, roughly, that are under 17.
Right.
That seems pretty low. But yeah, so how many of these are? I can't say how many of those are starving, but they say 400,000. So 1 billion between that's. Was that over 6 years? Was that over 5 years? Are they feeding 400,000 kids over 5 years?
Well, yeah, they're saying that.
Or are they just feeding Are they going to feed them for 5 years straight, or is this just one meal over 5 years for 400,000 kids?
They're saying it's 1 billion over 5 years. So presumably, to feed 400,000 kids for 1 year must be 200 million.
Yeah.
So that's.
But now, is that a meal every day, or is that one meal a week? Is that one meal a month?
That's $5 per kid.
Yeah. Per year?
No, wait. Is that how that math works? Yeah.
It's not much. Yeah, I guess you're right. So yeah.
$5 per kid per year?
Yeah, so that's one meal. That's literally one meal.
I don't know. I mean, the real question is 400,000. How many are currently needing to use the school food program that can't?
That would be.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the number's higher.
I don't even know how you measure
I'm
that.
pretty sure the number's higher.
But hey, we got some words of like. There's gonna be great words here from Trudeau, I'm sure. Tomorrow, kids will be going back to school, and some of them won't have enough to eat.
Yeah, and
that impacts their health and their opportunities to learn and grow.
I mean, that's on Trudeau. That's 100% on
Trudeau. Has its ways.
Okay.
Delivering food programs.
I hate Trudeau's voice, but I hate that voice like 100 times more. So.
Okay. I need to actually listen to him. I don't know what he sounds like. I've never listened to him.
So yeah.
But we also know the need is far greater than anyone is able to meet right now. Yeah. Okay, so he's admitting it's not enough.
But yeah, then how many because he's giving billions to Ukraine.
If there's one thing a government can do for its people, isn't it feed the children of the people?
No, we're giving so much money foreign aid.
Is the point of
I know
government?
It's good. Foreign aid is good to a point, but when your own country's starving, you need that aid to be local aid. You know, like
for me, the very first priority, like the whole reason we made it is to like have a society.
Yeah.
Food is necessary for that. it's hard to understand why we can't throw a few more dollars at this obvious problem.
But
Anyways,
yeah, I
these are
still
choices we're making as a government because we know that making sure that young people here get the best start in life
they're never gonna be able to
is
afford.
how you build
They're
fairness for
never
every
gonna.
generation.
There's no generation below me will be able to afford a home for the next foreseeable future.
Right, and there's
You
no,
know,
there's
and
no
when I say
like
no, and I
huge
mean yes,
push to do
there's
something
some
for
people
that.
are gonna, some kids are gonna own homes. I'm not saying no one's gonna own a
Right.
home, but the
Obviously,
majority, like
people.
when I say that, like the net last, my generation is the last generation that even has a chance at buying a home, and that's far fetched too. It's not easy. It's a very very
Well,
hard
yeah,
thing to
and
do
like the
these
ones
days. So
who can are like
yeah,
they have the situation they're born into some
yeah.
more wealth than
Or
everyone else, and
their parents who bought that house for $30,000 for 50 years ago passes away. You know what I mean, right?
right, like
So
my only conceivable way
yeah,
to get a house is that exactly that. Like my parents would have to die, and also there's three of us, so I'd have to
but
like
yeah, they bought like now
I'd have to
here.
buy out my brothers for what now is probably $1 million piece
Yeah,
of crap
so
place, but like
but that's what it is.
and
It's an event.
and then
It's
I would have it, and I'd have to live somewhere in the middle of nowhere with no internet. They live
no,
somewhere with no internet.
you can't get Starlink. Come on. So
They have something crappy like Starlink that kind of works, but it's dodgy at best. It's Iowa.
but you're then whatever. But yeah, that
But
sucks.
all right, so it's been a very long time coming.
Yeah, it has.
Okay.
Okay,
During
I
the
was wrong.
2021 election
My
campaign,
bad. It was not
they
2015.
promised
My
to
bad.
develop a national. What was that?
I said 2015 earlier. I was incorrect. So
Okay. Well, at least goes back to 2021
yeah,
promise. They may have promised it. A previous one didn't do it for 6 years, and then promised it again. That they've done that here.
yeah.
They'll
I don't.
promise it,
I
not
can't
do
say.
it, and then
I could
promise
be
it
wrong.
again.
I just remember
You know?
Trudeau walking backwards on an escalator. Then Canadians voted for him. So that's on Canada.
If Biden could walk backwards, he'd win.
No, he wasn't walking backwards. He's walking the wrong way on an escalator. But like, I can't get up the stairs. It's like, well, yeah, no shit. But
If Biden could walk on an escalator, he'd win in a landslide.
so yeah,
Right way or wrong way on it.
yeah.
If he could just walk on it.
So yeah, so he.
So they promised a quote develop a national school food policy and work towards a national school nutritious meal program with a $1 billion investment over 5 years. So they literally promised this exact dollar amount in time,
Yeah.
even back then, which we know how inflation's going. Like
Yeah, so that
this-
should be more. And right now, that probably should be $1.5 billion
Right.
by now.
And that's why I'm thinking, like, is this just not close to enough?
I don't think it will
Trudeau
be,
said it
yeah.
above. He said it above. It's not enough, and he knows it.
Like he'll
What's
still
up?
be sending foreign aid to Ukraine and all those countries. And
Apparently,
actually
it was. They mentioned this pledge in 2022, but didn't do anything about it. And 2023.
yeah, just skip it on the rugs.
Yeah,
But now I just wonder what they're hiding. I'm gonna have to look into that. In 2 more weeks or whatever it is, the budget comes out. I'll definitely have to look into it because they're hiding. They're gonna be showing. There's gonna be some. Excuse me, my bad. There's gonna be something in fine print that definitely has gonna have Canadians rambling.
This says that these school meal programs are.
This is great, and I hope
21% of school-age children. So I
Yes.
guess that's kind of like the need
That's-
isn't being met, and you needed to put more here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I do
that
hope,
way.
and I do like I will. I don't want to give like this is again a House committee, so that everybody votes. It's one of those things here too. The whole House votes, right?
So where's the
Liberals just have the majority right now.
Yeah, where's the minority or whatever the opposition's response? Because I'm curious if their response is what I'm thinking.
I'm-
What I'm saying.
I'm
Is it?
pretty sure they voted with it because if they didn't, they would have been so yelled at. But like they voted against no, and they can even though the Conservatives are like no, that's not enough. They're like,
Is
oh
Jagmeet the opposition?
no, Jagmeet is his sock puppet. So.
Okay. So
So Jagmeet is the leader of the NDP, which is a liberal party as well, but just a third party liberal.
Right.
Now they have a coalition government. So what pretty much him and Justin Trudeau are holding hands and voting towards each other, even no.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. They're
So-
saying basically they went together on this.
But Jagmeet,
thing, too.
and the thing is Jagmeet, he's actually banned from India because because he is, but his brother is known to be organized with terrorism. Not saying his brother's a terrorist. I'm not saying that at all. He's just known to associate with terrorists. And the Indian government is like, well, you're related to him, you can't go to India. So if Jagmeet ever does come Prime Minister of Canada, he can't go to India. He'll never become Prime Minister though, so that's just a fairy tale for him.
Yeah. Hey, the Bush family has been known to associate with the Bin Laden family.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you never mind. You're right. You are
I'm
right.
just saying
Maybe.
that's a fucking
So
thing that kind
yeah,
of annoys
you are. I
everyone
forgot
who
about
knows
that.
about too.
I did
Like,
forget
it's one of
about
those
that.
things where you go, wait, they what?
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
friends.
their
You're right.
families knew each other.
They had dinners and all that shit together.
Yes,
You're
there's
100%.
like family dinners. And
Yeah.
shit. Like it's like
You
one of those
are
head
right. I've seen
scratchers.
that.
So, anyways, that's not too surprising to hear about.
So.
Uh,
But yeah, it's a coalition.
got
The
his take
only
here.
the only reason they're winning the votes right now is because they have the coalition. That's the only reason.
Right.
So
His take is, if you're hungry, it's hard to focus on anything. He just keeps saying focus a lot. Focus.
So sorry, I want to bring this up. So Jagmeet,
Focus.
he did a video, and in the video he puts his hand up and his sleeve falls out, and he's wearing like a $15,000 Rolex, right? And he's talking about how
That's
people
nice
are
Rolex.
starving and all that. Then people bitched at him. Then he had another video. The watch has not been seen since. He's taking the watch off.
So he
Yeah.
like, oh.
So because people are like,
I probably shouldn't wear a $15,000.
you're like, you guys you're literally bitching about, you're saying, because he was blaming the liberal government for not doing something. Because he still blames them, but he votes with them, which I don't understand. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of him.
Here's the opposition.
I was a big fan of Jack Layton, who used to be the leader of the NDP, but he passed away sadly. So.
And NDP, that's the Jagmeet side.
No, that's yeah, National. I mean the
Liberal
New Democrat.
NDP
Yeah,
is the
Liberals.
side.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because they're saying they're talking about how they're forming a wedge using this issue, and it says Poliver and his party are voting against this.
Yeah. Well, and again, they are so.
Okay, so they rejected the bill due to it not having any funding attached. Whoa, hold on. I thought that's... What the hell did we just say above? Does it not say $1 billion for 5 years?
No.
Huh?
I don't know. I mean,
if he's right, that is salacious. If that's literally not in the bill.
So he's
is being said to be $1 billion.
Yeah.
That's in the title of everything here.
Okay,
Sitting
so
at the time that hungry families couldn't eat a framework. I agree. You can't eat
Yeah.
a framework, so what? Oliver called it a failure of Trudeau's government that 1 in 4 school children are going without enough food. I would agree. This
Yeah,
is like
so-
they said 21%. It's up above. It's a known problem and it was a promise they made 3 years ago. So you can't say they didn't know it was a known problem.
And
They
it's-
knew it was a known problem.
and it's not getting any better. Those
Oh.
probably old numbers. I guarantee the numbers are
Right.
worse right now. Like
I find it ironic that he is promising a federal food bureaucracy in Ottawa the same day as he raises taxes on food.
yeah, we'll talk about that in a
oh,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that
That's
in a
gonna be
minute
the
here.
next
So
spoiler, that's on the
Yeah.
next.
surprise, we're talking about Canada a little bit.
It's actually here,
So,
referencing the scheduled
yeah.
April 1st increase to the carbon price. But more on that in a minute.
We don't. Maybe we don't have to
Next
talk
article
about.
is
Yeah,
about
we don't have to get far into that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I guess we kind of have to cover it a little bit. Poliver's plan is to instead lower the cost of food for everyone by scrapping the carbon tax.
Yeah. So carbon. I'll quickly go into it. That means we've been talking about this for a bit, so it's good. There is a 23% increase in carbon tax here in Canada as of today. And when I say 23%, I'm not 23% on the dollar, but 23% of the tax as it is.
Yeah,
So
here, let me go ahead and jump because
Yeah.
that was the end of that article.
Was it?
Kind of segues nicely into this one if you just want to.
okay, for sure.
26%.
23%, I believe.
23%.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say the wrong number. It gets
yeah.
banned.
Yeah, no, it's
29%.
it's really crazy, and it does, and a lot of people are saying it's not that much. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Oh, you're gonna get more money back than you pay, because that's the thing. Like, we do get a rebate here in Canada, and down below it's gonna show us what the rebate is, and it's kind of silly because the carbon tax is actually pretty high. We're paying here in Alberta $1.60 per liter right now, which leads to probably about $5.56 a gallon, and that doesn't even include the increase that's going to happen or anything like that. So, but yeah, you got him on
Nice.
mute there.
He drank the water.
You got him on mute there.
See,
Anyway.
he didn't need both hands to hold it.
You got it on mute.
I know. Do you want to hear him?
Well, I thought that's why you're playing it. You can hear his voice.
I actually didn't pre-watch this, so I don't know what they're talking about.
No, well, let's skip it. He's not going to go on about anything I don't like anyway.
Let's listen a little bit.
Price on pollution is increasing along with the Canada carbon rebate. We are effective in putting a price on pollution that is driving down emissions.
Partly because I want to
and
hear how
leading
he's
the way,
like how
not
it
just
sounds, you know.
in protecting the environment for the future, but on sparking the kinds of innovation.
So can you pause it for a second? So what he's saying is like, I'm gonna tax you, and I'm gonna give you more money back than I'm taking from you, because that's how this carbon tax works. That's exactly.
Where's the getting money part?
Oh, because we get a rebate. Quarterly, we get a rebate, right? And the story, if you go scroll down, it tells you. So we can scroll down a little bit. It shows the rebate, but it also shows us how much it's going up. So who's paying the customer? Who pays the carbon price? So everybody pays carbon prices. So the carbon price.
National price is going up $15 per ton today.
Yeah. So, and it's going to be going up quite a bit more over the next little while. But yeah, so pretty much.
So I guess first of all, are you a big industry?
No, but everything.
Oh, okay.
But
well, well, they don't do anything.
But yeah, but we purchase. Everyone gets everything from big industries, and what happens when big industries get taxed more money? They raise the prices of everything. And then what happens with the?
Well, yeah, the companies can raise their.
And then they raise the prices for everything,
but,
and then we at the end still have to pay more. So literally, and then we pay more on that tax because they raise it $10. Now we're paying $10 more in tax, and they just tax the hell out of this company. That's another long story there altogether, but.
Well, couldn't you just like show your discontent by not shopping at that company?
But you have no choice to shop at that company when it's a food company, you know.
So it's all
like when it's a slaughterhouse that cuts your cattle, right? You get your cattle. You can only get beef from that one, not only, but you only get beef from those places. But they're paying a carbon tax now. Now they got to raise.
Sure they're increasing their prices in response to this and not in response to inflation.
It's probably both.
So we have global inflation.
It's both.
Right now.
It'd be both. So.
I mean, and at this point, a company could just say, do more than they need to, just cut. So I feel like companies need to be regulated.
Yeah, but again, charging money.
And this is not the way to regulate them. Because, like you said, they pass that on, or they find a way to.
But they have to.
It's like
they have to though, right? Because they got to pay their employees.
You give them a fine of $200,000. A fine of $200,000 to a billionaire is literally nothing. It's nothing.
But who's paying for this right now? The farmers, and the farmers aren't corporations. They're just farmers who own the farmland, and they work hard for that. And now they're being taxed on everything. They're being taxed on the water. They're being taxed on every single thing.
So the companies, they have an answer, but the people, farmers, they don't have an answer.
But it keeps going down here.
That's why the first question is, are you a big industry? Because like you said, the farmers, the small farmers, the big farms don't have a problem because they'll do what you said.
Yeah.
But the small farmers, they don't have a choice. If it's like America, we have some weird thing where there's like a ranking system for farmers. And they just pick who is number one rank. And if you're number one rank, you get a better price per carrot.
Yeah, I heard that.
You're number one carrot guy they decide. And so they could just de-rank you if they don't like you. It's weird. You should watch some documentaries.
So we should go down here a little bit.
Yeah, so the price change is effective today?
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter what provinces they skip a few.
It is April Fool's Day, no fool?
It's not a joke. I wish it was, so...
And you're lucky if you're in BC, Quebec, or
and what it comes down to, and some people it's not a big deal because some people did the math. Some places it's going between 3 to 5 cents a liter per gasoline, right? But that's 3 to 5 cents a liter per gasoline per liter, and that adds up when you're putting 100 liters in your tank at a time and you drive all day, and that adds up when those farmers have to fill their tanks. And they got to pass that on to you. And then the truckers have to fill their tanks and pass that gas on to you. And then, it just goes on and on and on. And that's how prices are going to get insanely crazy because of just my opinion. Not mine, but many, many other opinions. But yeah, it's going to cost a lot more money. But don't worry, we get a rebate because we get more back. Like Justin Trudeau said, we get more back than we pay. And that will tell us.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be, you're saying that there's like multiple steps before it gets to you. The thing is, those are steps from one big industry to another big industry. So like, I don't know that there's going to be that huge of a markup because they have the weight to say no.
But yeah, I think
we move $1 billion of your product. No.
but they have no choice.
No,
Like
we don't move your product anymore. You're
then the
out.
farmer's out of business.
Like there's
you know?
literally it's like Walmart fighting with
Exactly, right? And then that's when and
Amazon.
maybe that's a
Look at Walmart
plan.
and Amazon right now.
Maybe that's maybe that's a
stalemate.
government's plan. They want to shut down all the local farmers and open Walmart farms. And I'm being facetious with Walmart farms, but corporation farms.
I think it'll be at the places where, like you've already mentioned, where along the chain that they can take advantage. The consumer at the very tail end, for sure. The little farmer at the beginning of the chain, for sure. Any little man warehouse guy or supply warehouse guy, or I don't know what the middle place is for all these steps, but any small guy in there, yeah, they're gonna squish and squash those guys like all they can. I just think big guys don't get punished enough.
Maybe not.
That's what I always see.
Yeah.
So they get away with everything.
So it shows you the cast. Anyway, I don't really doesn't really matter.
So there's no concern on me for any big
people
company from this.
Probably don't care. But so 65 to 80 ton, like it's gonna go up. Blah blah blah. There's just
that last section was talking about how they break it down by the different things. Like some are worse than others. Obviously, diesel. We see it. You've seen a diesel vehicle,
and
right?
and
you know that can't be good. But like we got to move stuff. That's how we move stuff.
And the thing is, people are like, oh, it's only $1 here, it's only $1 there. But again, that adds up in the long run, over time. That's a lot of money. And this is just the start. They're going to keep raising it more and more every year because they signed a 10-year deal to raise it or something like that.
So this one in particular went up by 4 cents.
Yeah. Which doesn't seem like a lot.
So each liter of diesel to fill up, when you're doing big truck delivery, this is going to factor into the cost of that. So now the trucking company has to factor that in. Yeah. Are they going to be able to charge all these other big companies more for their,
we heat our gas with most of us. Some do.
If they succeed at that, then those companies will try to offset it with their sales.
Some people in Canada do heat the houses with propane, but most houses do their natural gas. And again, that's going up how much? That's going up that's going up $70. So you know what I mean? Like that doesn't seem again like a lot, but that adds up.
Yeah, because they do cubic meter of natural gas, which is such a weird metric. Yeah. And by that it's 2.9 cents. But I like how they give you at least some sort of a dollar amount here.
And that's on average.
347.
Like because the weird thing is because like in the winter months here, sometimes the bill is $250 just for gas alone. Just to heat your house for the month is $250.
So your rebate's going to need to have at least $60 more for sure. Yeah. For anybody that way. All right, food and clothing.
Yeah.
Indirect cost of carbon pricing. Companies pay the price themselves. Increase the. Okay, so this is where they try to pass on the cost. Yeah. Right. And it's a very difficult thing to measure.
Yeah.
Statistics Canada estimated that carbon pricing increased the price of food by about 0.3%, the price of clothes by 2% since its inception. I wonder how they.
I don't believe that. I call as a Canadian consumer, I call bullshit. When a single little pizza used to cost $3.75 3 years ago, and now it's $7. I call bullshit.
A lot of the. I mean, there's multiple things going on. There's an actual global inflation thing going on.
Yeah.
Because we had a supply system that was disrupted.
Yeah.
Heavily. So we knew that was coming, and it was going to have staggered effects. That happened, but there's also companies taking advantage of this. I think it's called greedflation, where they're inflating their prices just because they can.
Oh yeah.
And then of course you've got this here, where,
I worked at a retail shop many years ago.
Your government legislating a tax on stuff like this that companies then try to pass down.
I worked at a retail store many years ago, and once in a while we'd raise the prices by like $3 or $4 per item. And I'd have to take the old price tag off and raise the price, like by $3 or $4. And I'm thinking to myself, is like, we didn't pay that much for this, but we're gonna get $4 extra now for this item. This is ridiculous. Yep. You know what I mean? And people would buy it
straight up just because we can shit going on. Oh, and the other thing is making their product smaller, but that's never not.
Yeah. Thing. Okay, so let's quickly wrap up here, but I will tell you how much we get back a little ways down here.
Yeah, so you get a rebate, federal rebate, deposited, mailed 4 times a year, based on family size, not by income.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
And that's
huge... Well, I guess it shouldn't be by income. It should be by something else, not by family size either. It shouldn't be by either of those.
It's kind of bullshit. Like for me, it might work out a little bit, but the majority of people, no. But it keeps going down. It actually shows you the
by law, they have to return 90% of the revenues and rebates. part of the 10%. So 10% of it's just definitely gone, I guess.
Okay,
Uh,
keep going.
Are they
Keep
just gonna give
going.
me an
No,
actual
keep going.
number
Here we go.
somewhere?
You have to keep going. Yeah, there it is, right there. Alberta. So
Give
if
me a
you're
freaking number.
in Alberta, if you're single, $225. But if you're a couple, $337. Then if you have 3 or more, including 5 or 6 people, you only get $450, and the government keeps the rest. In Saskatchewan, you 188. It just goes on. So as you can see, a family of 4, you're kind of ripped off if you have more than 4
So
people.
what's the deal with families of 3? Those aren't.
My bad.
those
I
aren't-
said 3. I didn't mean to say 3. Right?
No, I'm wondering why they put it.
Oh,
4
so
as the
they probably
that's kind
get
of a silly requirement,
450
isn't
for
it?
3. Then I'd have to look. Yeah, they
So
might.
I would be correct in saying.
Oh,
that
look at
Canada
Ontario.
has a-
Look at Ontario. Ontario gets screwed.
So
New Brunswick,
of
you
the-
get screwed. Holy schmoly! Like I thought Alberta was bad. Jeez.
You've heard of the China one-child policy thing, right?
Yeah, which is over now, but yes.
It is over now. But I could technically say Canada has a 2-child policy.
Maybe.
Also, is the stream okay? It looks like it's maybe it's just on my end, but it kind of keeps going in and out.
I don't know. It looks good on my end, but
Okay.
maybe not. We'll find out.
Well, I don't see anyone in chat to help me.
Yeah.
If it's just me, but
It's a quiet night. It's all good.
yeah. But these numbers. So we already were looking above. If you're using natural gas, it's at least $60 more
Yeah.
annually. Is this giving me that this is what you're going to get on each check, so that you'll get this
Yeah.
4 times?
You get that 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're just a single person, God, some of these are pretty low. If we scroll down here, like New Brunswick.
But yeah.
Sorry.
But then you think it
Whatever.
adds up, but with everything, like for someone like me, I don't like personally. I don't drive right now, so and I hate it. But I still get the money, but I don't like it because in the long run it screws over everybody, right? You think like, excuse me, I'm choking here. Just take it away for a second.
Yeah. So the interesting thing is, all of them appear to follow the single gets X number,
Yeah.
and family of 4 gets that number times 2.
So
You can see the single 188, 376, 150, 300. Like these are all
Yeah.
literally, it's just doubling. Every single one of them, all the way down to the very end, 149 for 298. And if you're a couple, it looks like you get an extra 50%.
maybe a little less depending on where you are again
Because
too.
we
right?
got
So,
103 giving 154. That's
yeah, but 95 and
Pretty sure
42
that's
above it,
50%.
right? But 95 and 42 above it.
yeah. I'm not gonna whip out a
Yeah.
calculator for this, but
But
oh no,
yeah,
I don't need to. 50% of 140 is $70.
Yeah.
So 70 plus 140 is 210. So you get 50% more if you're a couple, 100% more if you have 2 kids.
So, but yeah, in the
Or
long,
2 wives. Is there anywhere with? We have one state that lets us do it. Do you have any place where you can marry multiple people?
no,
You don't got one?
I don't know. We don't have a
Oh
Utah.
my god, that'd be the easiest family. Yeah, Utah.
It was
You
a
can make a
guess.
family
huh?
of 4 in Utah so easy. Oh my
Um,
god. You just like find people and
And yeah, like it seems like right now it seems good on paper. It seems great on paper that is,
But you
right?
shouldn't do that because if you were all single, you'd get 4x this
But
amount.
does
So
that not
don't
look
do
good?
it.
Does that not look good? Does that not look like you're getting like good money back?
It does look like you're going to get a decent amount added
Yeah.
to your rebate because 150 times 4, you're going to get $600 a year for a single dude in Manitoba.
Yeah, and again, some people it works out for, but literally with the price of the taxes and how to heat your home, especially in provinces where it gets -40, that gas bill is a lie. That must be on average, and Ontario,
Well, and it's also
and
out
again,
of your
no,
control what the gas company is going to start charging you.
and again, but in Ontario,
wanna
they have
charge you
majority of the
more-
people, and they're probably not as cold as long. They do get as cold.
Right.
So in Ontario, there's 10 million people that live there. If their bill's $150, $110 a month, and our bills are 300, of course the average is gonna fulfill their needs. I don't know. I don't believe that number they said because literally it's $300 a month.
Numbers for each one. Like, what
Yeah.
was their formula to decide? Like,
It's
Alberta needs
$300
more
a
money than
month
New Brunswick.
because we pay more taxes than any other
Is
province.
cost of living in New Brunswick really low?
I don't know, but we pay more taxes than any
Are
other
houses
province.
affordable there still?
But yeah, I think we're done with this.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. And I guess the big part of it is it's
Fuck
completely out of
Trudeau.
your control.
That's the big part about it. Boom.
His
Boom.
answers to the problems
Boom.
are either not enough or
So.
completely not in the right field of
Yeah.
what needs to
So.
be happening. Because there are ways to combat climate and its changes, but just throwing taxes on things that are going to get passed down
But the thing that
Not
bugs me is like he's like
good way.
the thing that bugs me. Oh, we're not gonna do the Germany next. Okay.
Oh, did I not have these in the right order? I thought Baltimore was third.
We can do the Germany next. We can do this, but yeah. But anyway, what pisses me off is that he tells people that, oh, you get more money than I take. Then why take it in the first place? You
Well,
know?
yeah.
Come
But
on.
they do that anyways, like the whole tax system where I pay throughout the year, and then right now I'm supposed to do my taxes right now to figure out how much they owe me back what I already gave them. But they already know the number,
Yeah.
so it's a trick question. They're
And
trying
if
to
you
make
get-
sure I
and
see
if-
the right number.
And if you get it
'cause if I see
wrong,
the wrong number, then they can take something from me, I guess.
yeah, that's
Like,
crazy,
dignity
you know?
and life and livelihood, just take it from me if I fuck this up, I guess.
Okay, take it away.
It's such a dumb system because they've admitted that they could do it for all of us and just send us the bill. And there's countries that do that.
Yeah, we do the same thing here. But yeah,
So, but here in America, we're still failing, and that's a great segue to the next story: our failing infrastructure. Apparently, I don't know. No, this isn't really. I think we talked about it last time. I didn't want to blame the infrastructure because it was a big ass cargo ship. This is the follow up to that cargo ship story.
okay, take it away.
This one's from BBC, and actually this is kind of a follow up to what are your thoughts on that when we were talking about it. Baltimore Bridge alternate route to open for shipping.
There we go.
So, since this has been kind of disabled, they found some alternates. It looks like
Yeah.
to get the stuff moved around.
Yeah, because
I don't know if it includes all the chemical stuff you were saying moves across here, but they have an alternate route.
Let's see
that
what
is the
happens.
news.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
So
this is still it. Yeah,
yeah, that's the craziness. Yeah, that's insane.
I guess the
So,
cargo ship is it still there, or did they?
they probably moved it by now. But yeah, 6 people did die after the cargo ship struck the bridge. That's a final amount. Like that's a
And-
super sad.
Yeah, and that's the real.
So
real
could have
sad
been
part of it.
like if there was another 6 hours later, could have been a lot worse or before. So that's as
Right.
bad as it is. It's probably the best outcome that could have happened with. This, if there was a busy bridge, it could have been catastrophe. You know, with
Right.
so
And I mean, there's so many like what ifs.
Yeah.
Like, had they
Um,
not gotten their Mayday
yeah.
call out so the police could get their units
Yeah, they
out
could have
on
been-
the
yeah.
bridge like 90
Within-
seconds before?
so yeah. But
Like-
with 90 seconds in rush hour, you've been screwed. There's no
Right.
way. You know, people would have panicked. So
In
yeah,
addition, it also has been causing shipments to be suspended in and out of one of the country's busiest ports.
which raises again when delay shipments raises prices.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Whatever goods went through here, and I said it last time. I don't know what goes through here.
so
Maybe this one will actually tell us more, but we'll see. Efforts are underway to remove debris from the water. A 200-ton piece of the bridge was removed on Saturday.
okay.
I don't. That
So is
what
that
does
where
that mean to you? Like for scale, is that like half a bridge?
I don't know.
A bridge?
That sounds
Is
pretty
that a
heavy.
How big is a
I don't know.
bridge?
That's probably only a little chunk. Who knows? Right? So,
Hey, Joe Biden's gonna go there on Friday.
yeah.
Well, the White House announced that.
Yeah.
Whether or not he's aware or decided to do that, we'll find out.
Well,
I
yeah.
might be-
He'll
be
find out
spoiling.
too. He's gonna wake up and like, hey sir, we're in Baltimore. What? Where are we? Baltimore, sir. Here.
Well, oh, why?
So, yeah.
Why am I in Maryland?
Yeah. So where's the new passage? Is it just that
So-
debris they took? Does it say?
I'm not sure. So those involved in the cleanup have been cutting debris from the bridge into smaller pieces that could be removed and taken to a disposal site. I guess that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
You gotta do it safely.
you're
so.
not gonna be able to just like put it back up. That's not an option.
Yeah, they gotta rebuild it. It's gonna cost lots of money.
Yeah.
So.
Trains have been erected on the site to help lift debris. That includes the Chesapeake 1000, the largest crane on the eastern U.S. seaboard.
Huh.
Do I click this?
Why not?
I mean,
Shows a picture. BBC. No. Oh.
oh, is this? What do I have to play the video?
Well, we're here that far now. May as well do it now. Top video is
View
probably the
from
best.
inside. I just want to see this amazing
It's probably
thing.
gonna be an ad. Oh, no ad. Well, we're gonna watch this still with a video. You can maybe skip through it and see if anything interesting happens. There's no crane. Okay, but
Well, this is why I questioned
Yeah.
it. I should know better than to trust any link from any story.
So, but where's that? Is that we just stupid ads? We got to figure out where the cargo's going. Like, as long as they have an opening though, they have to get it out because not only if their goods are perishable on there, you lose all that, which again will cause prices to go up everywhere for that product.
Exactly.
But anything, right?
But I guess right here is kind of talking about it. Port officials are preparing to open the temporary channel to the northeast side of the main channel near the collapsed bridge for, quote, commercially essential vessels.
Yeah.
So they're going to pick what's essential, I guess.
Again, probably that perishable items and all that stuff. Maybe things if there's any medicine being boated, which I'm not sure if that would be boated cargo. That I don't know if boat is the right word, but
Right,
yeah.
So it's part of a phased approach to open the main channel. Alternate route will support the flow of marine traffic, which it won't be. I guess that's to say it won't be the trucking traffic, because
Yeah.
there was trucking across the bridge and marine
Yeah.
traffic. I didn't know they called it marine traffic.
Well, it's
Under the
traffic,
bridge.
so, yeah.
Currently, a 2,000. Yeah, I kind of pre-read this a little bit, and this is kind of what made me go, whoa. 2,000-yard safety zone exists around the wreckage, preventing all vessels and people from entering the area without permission from port officials.
Huh. That's crazy.
2,000 yard is a lot.
Yeah, how many football fields is that? Is that like 10 football fields? 20 football
I don't know.
fields?
A football field's 100 yards.
100,
right?
yeah, so 20 football fields.
Yeah, 20 football
Crazy.
field zone
Huh?
around the wreckage.
That means there's a
Roughly-
that
oh,
mean that
okay.
no, that means a radioactive leak and shit's going into the ocean and they don't want people knowing about it
It might not be radioactive, but some sort of.
and
chemical.
something's
It doesn't have
going
to be-
bad and
It doesn't
yeah.
have to be radioactive to be a bad chemical.
I'm joking.
Yeah, there could be chemicals. We never know. We had that one leak.
Let's
in,
make a quick movie about this and there could be monsters that come out. Okay, we'll get into
So,
that.
it says roughly 80 to 90% of the bridge wreckage, is currently underwater. So that 200-ton thing we just read earlier,
Yeah.
is no more than 20% of the bridge.
Yeah, wow. And that's not all the bridge went underwater, so it says
Yeah,
underwater.
there's some ton of the bridge above water, so like it's nowhere close to that.
That's insane. Like,
There's a very small amount they've managed to deal with so far.
you know what? I should have grabbed it, but there was a cruise ship that crashed the other day too, just on this Friday too. But again, I'm wondering how many times how many times boats actually do crash. We just don't hear about it because it's like meh, it's just a crash.
Maybe
This
we
is
should
just
look into it because we've been looking at the sky a lot. Maybe we're being unfair.
yeah, and now we
Maybe
get
it's
plane
happening in
stores
the water
everywhere.
a lot. We need to talk about it.
But okay, well I don't think we have too much more on this. But
Well, the Port of Baltimore is a key economic generator for the state of Maryland and a vital artery for imports and exports of U.S. and global trade.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a very very big port. It's got to keep it open.
It's going to take months before they can get this thing reopened and years to rebuild the bridge.
Yeah.
So when they're talking about reopen, that's the water. Rebuild is the bridge. So,
Yeah, that's going to take forever. Cleaning up's going to take.
And also
months.
an investigation into the incident is going to take years, they say.
Yeah.
So as
Which
far as
makes
why
no
that-
sense. I guess,
for
yeah, they
Chile
got
hit it.
yeah. But yeah, they got to figure out what happened to that boat, which that's the main reason. Makes sense why that fell off is because a fucking boat hit it, and the boat was going too fast. But again, there should be some backup. There should be something like.
Well, exactly, and that's why we got to find the answer.
Like some
If it's the boat was missing something, then we need to know how.
Or
to
some
make
bigger
sure more boats
barricade
are
around the friggin' legs of the bridge.
Yeah, if we come to the conclusion that there's nothing the boat could have done, then the question is there something the bridge could have done, or is there something between them? There's people that should be able to answer these questions.
I hope we hear the black box soon.
Boat and
It'd be
bridge
cool.
people need to figure this out.
Because I want to hear that. I would
the
definitely
other
play that
thing-
on the show.
Before we move on here, the other thing is the U.S. government last week approved $60 million in initial emergency funds requested by Maryland. Why are they giving this to me in 47 million somethings?
Because it's on the BBC.
Oh, that's why.
Come on,
Like, why are you telling me this? I know
All right.
freaking 60 million. That's the thing to know. What is
Okay.
this? It's like
Well-
telling me the Celsius.
I think we're going to get to our headline.
Biden says that he's going to have the government pay for the entire cost of the bridge
Yeah.
construction.
God damn
So
it,
when you were
Biden.
talking about like should the Chile government or anybody be financially responsible or any of that? No, Biden already came out
That
and
makes
said,
no sense.
Jack, I got the bill
That
for
makes
the bridge.
no sense.
I
at
got
all.
the bill. I said I'd build the infrastructure, Jack. Give me the bill. Give me that.
Huh.
I mean, It's probably the easier answer, but I feel like if we had a different person in that seat, it
But-
wouldn't have been so quick.
Yeah,
Say that?
like for sure.
You know what I mean?
So
Wink, wink. I feel
Yeah.
like Donald Trump would have said, "We'll make Chile pay for it."
yeah, which
You want to
Yeah.
destroy our beautiful bridges, our big, beautiful
Yeah.
bridges? Boston, Maryland. That's not Maryland, is it?
Boston,
Should
Maryland,
be.
yes. Well, build back better, Biden. Build back better. That's him building back better. He just waits till it falls, then he builds it back.
So South Carolina Republican Ralph Norman responded, "The very thought of having the federal government pay for the Baltimore Bridge is totally absurd."
He's not wrong. That is
I
pretty
mean,
silly.
I don't know. Governments have a couple responsibilities.
Yes,
Feeding the hungry kids and building infrastructure, I believe, are two
but yes,
pretty early ones
but
for me.
maybe wait to see who's at fault before you take fault. If there's really the, I don't know,
Maybe build
yeah,
what people need to get around.
yeah. Well, it's not gonna happen over time anyway. So
I mean, I'd rather not dick around trying
Oh,
to figure
there's
out
that
who's
video
gonna pay
again.
and delay it even more. Was what?
there's that video again we watched.
Drone video shows.
Yeah, we
close-up
already
views
watched
of
it.
Bruce.
Yeah.
We did. It's just yeah.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, I think that's that.
It remains unclear when they'll be on this, be the stranded ship. So they still don't even know what to do with the ship either.
They don't know nothing.
They're saying there's 3,000 to 4,000 tons of steel sitting on that ship. So when they said 200-ton cutout,
So it's not that
yeah,
much at
yeah,
all.
it was
then.
very little, and that's just the steel. You gotta
Yeah.
imagine there's concrete too. I don't know if they're gonna bother with the concrete, but the steel they gotta get—that's valuable steel. You can't get 4,000 tons of steel anyway easier than recovering it that from there. So they're definitely gonna get it. But yeah, I don't know how much else there is. Probably nothing else. 4 vehicles are unaccounted for. Presumably we're on the bridge.
I don't know.
I guess I don't think we read about that necessarily. Vehicles being on there. The people who unfortunately died were actually workers.
4
There's
cars.
some
So
sonar scanning,
yeah.
trying to find the vehicles and also any human remains, or just figure out how the debris looks underwater. Yes, these are the big ass cranes that we were talking about. Huge, huge stuff. All right, that's the end of the article. All right, let's move on to good news.
Maybe from CNN. Germans celebrate maybe I shouldn't recognition. I can't even say that word. But weed is becoming legal in Germany.
There you go. I mean, that's what it says.
Recreational. Thank you.
Hey,
I'm
this is written by a guy named Jack Guy.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Guy.
So Germany has legalized weed? What?
Yeah, Germans celebrate recreational cannabis.
So,
Okay,
huh.
all right. And they it's literally not medical, it's recreational. So when you're
Yes,
struggling with it, that means the
recreation-
just for
recreation. I
funsies,
can't say
that
it still.
because it's okay.
There's some words I
you
just
can have
can't
a
say.
vice. All right, so this is cannabis smokers gathered at the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. We're wollen kein
Yes, to celebrate it.
Flatscherschein.
That's cool.
You know what that means?
Nope.
We're wollen kein Flatscherschein. Weed is good, man.
Maybe.
Dope.
Well, good on Germany, I guess. When can they? Are they gonna open stores? What's gonna happen?
Well, those are the right questions. I'm sure Germans are all bustling at knowing when. So they're talking about the crowd gathering overnight to celebrate it. The cannabis legalization starting from Monday, so I guess today. You can have weed today. So
Yeah, but where can you buy
adults
it?
can now cultivate up to 3 cannabis plants for private consumption. So I guess you can start your own little home grow. So last month, Germany's lower house of parliament voted to legalize cannabis for limited recreational use following a controversial national debate about the pros and cons of allowing easier access to the drug.
Huh. Well, I guess that's cool. I don't know. I think
So the
legalize.
new rule.
Yeah.
Adults can possess small amounts for personal use, but the drug remains banned for under 18, which makes sense
Yeah.
because
It should be everywhere.
we all know
so.
that it has effects on your developmental growth.
Even till
so-
20s, even like not that I was smoking younger, but yeah, weed isn't when
Oh, I smoked it when I was young
Yeah.
too, but I'm still like not going to be that guy that says it should be legal for kids.
Yeah,
I'm always
so-
going to say it's going to have that age tag.
no, yeah, for
Sorry.
sure. So, yeah,
And
exactly.
if you're under
right?
18
So,
and you can't get it that way,
well,
you know what? I'm
figure
not
it
going to
out.
be shocked if you somehow get it.
Yeah, figure it out.
Whoa. I mean, I did, but
No, we didn't even have Facebook back in the day. We can just Google it.
just remember the statutes of limitations
Yeah.
and where those statues are, so you can, worship the
So you're
statues.
allowed to carry 25 grams in public. Huh.
Wait, what?
Here it's 30 grams here. We're allowed to carry 30 grams here.
Okay, so 25 grams in public, 50 grams at home?
Yeah. Well, that's more than one plant. Like that's less than one plant.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand that because it says you can have 3 plants.
Yeah.
If it says adults can cultivate up to 3 plants for private consumption and be allowed to possess 50 grams at one time.
Yeah. That. Do they understand how that works? Like I'm pretty sure.
So yeah, I'm not sure how that's gonna work out.
Because that's like 2 ounce. That's 2.5. That's 2 ounces, 2 grams, right? No, that's not even 2 ounces. 56 is 2 ounces. Because 28. 16. No,
28 times
16.
2.
28. Yeah, so that's 28 grams. It's 56. So yeah, that's not even. Is it 56? My math could be wrong. I do smoke, but yeah, it's 56. So that's not even 2 ounces. And you easily get a few ounces off per plant. Again, I'm not a grower, but I'm assuming you do.
Hold on, let me just ask Google. 50 grams equals question mark ounce. 1.7 ounces.
Yeah, so just a shy. Yeah.
So you're able to have 1.7 ounces at home.
Yeah, and just under an ounce outside.
Yeah,
Makes no
just under an
sense.
ounce outside. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, right now they can have 0. So
Yes, but to
again,
have 3 plants, so you have 3
I know, I
plants.
don't understand the 3
You're
plants
going to
and how you're
harvest
gonna
more than 50
cultivate.
grams, right? Like,
Right. How are you going to, yeah, unless you have them at different stages of growth and then smoke that shit fast. I don't know. That's a weird one. But anyways, the other questions you had, I think, are right here. Starting July 1st.
Yeah.
Cannabis will be available in licensed, not-for-profit, clubs with no more than 500 members, all of whom would have to be adults. Only club members would be allowed to consume their output.
Okay, so here's a quick thing. This is when harvest you get is like an average. They say most plants can get 32 ounces, but once it's dried up, it gets down to 6.4 ounces. So even then,
6.4 per plant.
after dried, yeah.
So for 3 plants, that's 18 ounces.
Yeah.
After
so-
drying, which this doesn't make mention of if it
which
wet
is
or dry counts.
which is about probably 400 or 500 grams. So yeah.
Right. So this is kind of doesn't line up properly. Doesn't really.
But oh well, that's Germany's problem. I guess they got to figure it out.
Well, or maybe you go to your club with it, which I don't quite get these clubs. So they're licensed, but they can't make a profit. And
have no more than
you
500
become a
members.
member of them,
Huh.
which allows you to consume their output.
You know
that
what?
They can't profit from.
I
What is happening?
I'm not
Who would
gonna lie.
open one of these?
I'm not. I would not sign up for that. I would like
Yeah,
no.
I don't know who would sign up or start one. This makes no sense.
I don't know. I'm not. I want to say something, but I don't want to get canceled. But yes, I don't know. I got trust issues. Okay.
Yeah.
But
The German government said that it's going to remain illegal for minors,
Yeah.
and consuming it near schools and playgrounds is illegal. So
for sure makes sense. So.
makes sense.
But see here,
I definitely agree with that. It's not
here in
historic,
here in
it's
Canada,
not
like
historic,
in
it's
Vancouver, you can go and smoke a joint as soon as you leave the airport in Vancouver. But in other cities, you can't even smoke unless you're on your property. So,
Yeah, and in the states here, even where it's legal, you're still hesitant because technically it's federally illegal.
so
You ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, some people are, I'm sure, but like most people aren't out there just like flaunting it.
people smoke meth on the trains here where I am.
Look, I feel like once you start meth, you stop giving a shit basically right away.
Yeah, well, you think you're still
So,
like you still would be paranoid, you think, to smoke meth in front of people, but I don't know. I've never smoked
You
meth.
would think, but I mean, I feel like
Don't smoke meth,
made a
please.
decision that's kind of like a not going back kind of decision. So
But
You
yeah,
already had to not give a shit to put that shit in your system.
is
in my
there much
opinion.
more on this saying? Okay, drugs are against for
Um,
minors for sure. Get that. They got
it's
some
the
rule
third country
weird
in Europe
rules.
to legalize recreational use
Yeah. Okay.
after Malta and Luxembourg.
Huh.
But wait, what about that other one? Okay,
Amsterdam.
well, yeah, is Amsterdam not?
I think it's just a city that
Europe?
does it. So
Oh,
I
that
don't
makes
know.
sense.
I could be
Or a
wrong. So
state inside
yeah,
that country or something.
I don't know anything, but yeah.
Europe is weird, but the Netherlands, is that the one bans possession of drugs, but some municipalities permit them? Yeah, like
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
Yeah. Yeah. Before weed was legal here, there used to be a shop in Vancouver where you can buy a sandwich and a joint, and you can just eat the sandwich and smoke a joint.
That's awesome. I mean, that's good shit.
Okay. Well, I think
All
that's
right,
that.
well, congrats to Germany, and yeah, I'm pro weed, and it sounds like they are following the guidelines I would suggest, which is it's not for kids, and let people grow it. That's cool too. Like it's a plant.
Alright.
The only thing is, this doesn't mention like in America, we immediately tried to make it all about who gets to make the money. It doesn't sound like Germany wants to make the corporations rich off of it, which is interesting. That
Yeah.
member club thing. I don't
And
know.
I heard rumor that this might not last long too, so we'll find out.
Yeah, I did see other links. This article didn't mention that, but other things were mentioning that like there's some reason to be hesitant here. But that article didn't even talk about that.
Alright. You're up.
All right, apologies for this one because this one they changed the headline. AP News did. What got me to click it is no longer here, but it is in the story. There should be something about zombies. So from AP News, Chad Daybell on trial after deaths of wife and 2 children found buried in Idaho.
Oh. Didn't hear about this one.
Okay, so dude killed his family. Yeah, right? Nothing really to it when you just read that, right?
I guess, yeah, it's not
But what
normal
if I
these
were to
days.
tell you zombie?
What? Was he high?
I'm not sure.
I didn't read the story, so I couldn't tell you.
All right, so the trial of a man charged with the deaths of his wife and his girlfriend's 2 youngest children began with jury selection in Idaho this week, serving as the second act in a bizarre case that has drawn worldwide attention. So you're supposed to be paying attention. It's worldwide.
Yeah.
And already resulted in a life sentence for the mother of the children.
Whoa, wait.
So he killed his wife and his girlfriend's 2 kids. So his wife and girlfriend are 2 different people?
So
Am I
he was having an affair with somebody who has kids, and they decided to kill everybody and try to.
Okay, so he's like, I gotta kill my wife, and I need to kill your kids so that we can all be together, just me and you.
That was a crisscross, or maybe.
And I'm assuming there's no father on the other side to kill.
Yeah.
Like it's.
I don't know.
just
Okay,
gotta
so
give the kids-
this is horrible. That's okay.
I know, but
So,
like, I'm trying to put myself into like,
yeah.
what the hell is this guy doing?
So
Okay.
whatever. 55-year-old. So she's been sentenced already? It says, where did it say that?
Yeah, it said there's already been a life sentence to
Mother of the children.
Mother of the children, which is
For what? I wonder for
his
what though. Like
girlfriend.
triple murder or just murder of the one guy? I don't know.
Well,
Why not?
Lori Vallow Daybell Doomsday Plot Sentence. I guess we missed this story when it happened. So
Yeah. You
this
don't
could
have
have
to.
been a follow-up had I caught this other one was about
You
zombies.
don't have
I
to click
didn't.
it. It's okay.
No, I can't. So this trial is expected to last up to 10 weeks. I don't care about that. What are we doing? The 55-year-old self-published author is charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of Tammy Daybell, 7-year-old Joshua Vallow, and his big sister Tylee Ryan, who were last seen a few days before
Her 17th birthday.
her 17th birthday.
Hmm.
Yeah. Who is this? This is Lori. This is the one who already
Been
jail?
shot. Yeah.
I guess.
Huh. What a bitch.
Yeah, that's her hearing that she's getting a life sentence. So, of course, she's not happy in that moment of it at all.
The couple claimed they
So-
could tell people had been possessed by dark spirits. That could turn them into zombies. So yeah, they're fucked. What? Yeah. Former friend Melina Gibb testified in court. So their friend
So
knew.
the only way to get rid of a zombie was to destroy the possessed person's body by killing them.
Huh. So the children's bodies were found buried in Chad's in Chad, Idaho yard in 2020. That's
So he killed all of them and buried them in his own yard and got caught? Oh my
yes.
god. He's also
Um,
charged with insurance fraud. Wait a minute. Hold on. If you really
Yeah.
think they're zombies, would you go ahead and take out that insurance policy beforehand?
Well, maybe there already was one.
He
but-
would.
And conspiracy to commit first degree murder. But I guess it's still a crime. But doesn't that conspiracy become real when he does it?
Conspiracy to commit first degree murder. Like, yeah, he did.
So that's no longer a conspiracy. He did it, right? I don't know. That just seems weird. So
Oh, conspiracy to commit first degree murder and grant death by deception in the children's death?
yeah,
That's a really weird sentence.
yeah, I don't get it. So
If convicted, he could face the death penalty. I guess that's the short answer. He's
good.
charged with a bunch of stuff that could be death penalty.
I think if he did it, I'm sure he did. Death penalty
Oh,
good.
probably. He sounds.
Why
if
why
he's
why
in his
didn't she
yard.
get the death penalty? I don't know. She should have as well. But again, that's my opinion. I know not everyone believes in the death penalty, but he killed 2 kids.
Well, I
don't-
think it depends on who did what.
Yeah.
You know.
So
So this Dave Bell, this dude pleaded not guilty.
yeah.
Which I've said before, you should do either way, even if you're no matter what, you should always.
He wants to tell his story.
Wants to tell his story. Okay, well, you don't have to drag it out to a trial to do that. I also say you should always do it because you're right. You have a right to due process. Do it. Don't say no to one of your rights. That's
Yeah,
silly.
they were
We
actually
don't
gonna.
get much in this world, but our rights is one of them.
It
So,
looks like they were gonna stand trial together, but their lawyers didn't want that to happen. I guess.
I think it's better that they're probably
Um,
tried separately, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I guess. But yeah, he's not gonna die anytime soon. Even if he gets the death penalty, he's gonna sit in jail for 30 years.
Mutually antagonistic defenses.
I don't know if that means.
The legal term generally means a jury would have to disbelieve one defendant in order to believe the other.
So
Well, okay, is that like close to a he said, she said?
maybe yeah.
To
Well-
believe that he said, you're basically saying you don't believe.
Well,
What she
he's-
said. If
I
you
was-
believe that
no.
She said you're saying you don't
Like,
believe that he
well,
said.
I was just there and he stabbed him. I didn't do nothing. Okay, well, you were there. You didn't report it, so you're guilty, but you didn't do the stabbing. Yeah, so. And then he's like,
But I
no,
don't
she.
think the same
But then
lawyers
she
should
can say,
defend both people,
yeah, you're right.
the
So this
stabby
is
and
right.
stabber.
Yeah, you're right.
So-
No, so.
But
then they have a jury,
This
so.
will differ greatly from what Miss Vallow and her legal counsel are going to be presenting. Oh, okay. I guess
So 2 different stories. So
you also could have a totally different alibi or
yeah.
attack
Or memory.
the
If they think people are zombies, they're probably not all in their head. So
Right. So he may want to go with the "I'm crazy" plea because he believed in the zombies hard, and she may have been like, "I fell for a crazy
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I did a bad thing, but I didn't do it because of that.
I did it for love.
Please don't give me a death sentence." And in that case, I'd be like, "Okay, you want a life sentence then?
Sure. Have fun in jail.
You got it, sweetie." And we'll see the crazy man next. come on in, crazy man. I don't
Okay.
remember this guy's name, but that's fine. Some people want infamy, and so not remembering them is good. So Monday, the judge dismissed a couple of potential jurors. I don't really care about that's process.
Yeah.
Jury selection is going to happen. They'll pick jurors, have alternatives, do all
Blah
that.
blah blah. All right. Well, wait.
So wait.
Oh wait, something else happened to him back in 2019, right?
So I guess this is the this is the grim
Yeah.
case began. I guess we want the whole backstory. Here it is.
Okay.
In 2019, after extended family members noticed the 2 children seemingly had disappeared. So yeah, this really is that
So
incident.
the kid just disappeared.
Holy
yeah.
crap! Just suddenly, family members were like, "Hey, what are those kids you had? The 7-year-old,
Yeah.
the 19-year-old, or 17-year-old, whatever they were." Like,
Yeah.
they started prodding law enforcement to launch an investigation. The months-long investigation spanned several states and took several unexpected turns. Why is there a link? My God, we're really far behind on this story. But so
few years.
Vallow and Chad were having an affair when Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell were having an affair. When
Yeah.
both of their spouses died unexpectedly, investigators learned. Okay, so I was saying at first that there wasn't a dad on the other side, but there is, and he's dead. And they probably
Okay,
killed him too?
weird. This is a weird ass
Okay.
case.
Valo Daybell's husband was shot to death by her brother in Arizona in July 2019, and the brother told police it was self-defense. Okay, that's why he's gone, and they
Yeah.
didn't kill him.
Tammy
Her
died in his
brother
sleep.
killed him. Sure. This is one of those stories that just keeps going. They probably should make a Netflix thing on.
And Tammy died in her sleep.
Yeah, Tammy died in her sleep in November 2019. The untimely death first chalked up to natural causes, but later determined to be from asphyxiation. I shouldn't laugh at that. I'm just like laughing at how incredulous this whole thing
This
is.
doesn't sound. This sounds like a fucking movie, you know?
So
Like-
Tammy dies, and who was the other guy? They didn't name him.
Yeah, the husband dies.
So then Valo and Chad get married
Yeah.
2 weeks after Tammy died.
But are they related?
also
But why do
surprised
they have
they
the same last name though? I don't get it.
I know. I'm trying to
so
understand this. The
confused.
last names are really messing with me, and they do. They have Daybell.
Yeah.
Okay, so the friends told detectives that Valo and Chad had unusual religious beliefs, including that they had been reincarnated and were tasked with gathering people before a biblical apocalypse. Valo referred to her 2 youngest kids as zombies before they vanished in September 2019. One friend would later testify during her trial. So this mom called her kids zombies.
What the heck? Yeah.
Prosecutors say Valo and Chad espoused those doomsday-focused beliefs to justify the deaths of her kids and his wife. It was all part of a scheme to eliminate any obstacles to their relationship and to obtain money from survivor benefits and life insurance.
Okay.
Which I believe that to be true because, like I said, if you really believe the zombie thing, you don't go take out that policy. That's not how you operate. Like,
Well, but if it was out for years before, and you're like, wow.
well,
Well,
you've
in
seen zombie
Rome-
movies, right?
Yeah.
In what zombie movie do they stop and go get an insurance policy?
But,
right
like,
before somebody
they-
gets eaten by the zombie?
But they know they're not zombies yet. They just, I don't know. The guy, they're clearly fucking mentally ill. And I hope he does.
Oh, and that's the end. That's all we got.
I hope he
That's-
does get what's coming to him.
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, life sentence to match the
Yeah.
second wife. It's just such a confusing story to follow, but oh yeah, and here's another picture. Oh yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, I think we only have one more story, right? Or do we have 2 more?
I technically have 2 because we added the extra one
What?
about. Well, you remember the
Okay,
the
no,
one we
don't.
found SPF?
Clearly not. So.
Did
Okay.
we not add that one?
Maybe. Okay, go for it. I don't know. We'll wing it. From CBS, how biased tests kept thousands of black patients from getting a new kidney.
Yeah, that sounds pretty messed up,
A
right?
biased test?
Yeah,
Huh.
biased
Okay.
test.
And
Here's
yeah,
that
he's
baseball player.
biased, yeah. And that guy, because of his bias
Now the
test.
thing is, to get a kidney, you had to hit the
The pit from
ball
him, yeah.
that this guy would throw, which obviously he's a professional.
Yeah.
Right? This isn't fair in any way.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's not funny.
It's not.
It's kind of funny. But yeah, Jasmine Evans has been waiting for new kidney for 4 years when her hospital revealed shocking news. She should have been put on the transplant list in 2015 instead of 2019. And a racially biased organ test was to blame. Okay. So, and upsetting as that notice was, it also part of a unprecedented move to mitigate-
Close up of peanut right there.
yeah, the racial inquiry. So Evans is among the more than 14,000 black kidney.
Peanut's
oh my
about to
god.
disband.
Transplant candidates for given credit for losing waste. Bleh, I can't even speak today. My bad. But it looks like this test was screwing them over. So what was this test? So just TikTok video. Okay, how could this happen? Okay.
All right.
Let's see right here. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so a whole bunch of people got a letter saying that there was a. But what was a test?
So, right.
So
Sorry, I had a cat distracting me, so I'm
worries.
trying to catch up here.
I didn't get far.
Race-based equation.
Okay.
Did you get to that part?
No, it didn't. So what is this
Okay.
equation?
At issue is a once widely used test that overestimated how well black people's kidneys were functioning, making them look healthier than they really were.
Okay.
all because of an automated formula that calculated results for Black and non-Black patients differently. That race-based equation could delay diagnosis of organ failure and evaluation for a transplant, exacerbating other disparities that are to make Black patients more at risk of needing a new kidney, but less likely to get one.
So that's
Right. So yeah, they basically were they had no evidence to say that your kidneys operate differently
yeah.
based on your race.
Yeah, which
Because they don't have that evidence. That
that
evidence doesn't
doesn't.
exist.
Yeah, that's like, but I guess it's a thing. Which I don't know. That sounds like I can see if you're born in a different part of the world and having different symptoms, but after a while, you think that you're. I don't know. Just doesn't make sense. Not to me. I'm not a scientist, though. So.
Right. So a few years ago, the National Kidney Foundation and American Society of Nephrology prodded laboratories to switch to race-free equations and calculate kidney function. Then the
Wait.
U.S. Organ Transplant Network ordered hospitals to use only race-neutral test results in adding new patients to the kidney waiting list.
I'm confused though.
About what?
Like what? So, did they know this test was racial or no? Did
Yes.
they knew that?
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird. So.
So the immediate question came up: what about people on the list right now? You can't just leave them behind. Well, yeah, of course. If you knowingly did something like this, you'd have
Yeah.
to make good on it, right?
Yeah.
So they're doing some of that by giving you time back. I don't know how that works. Like, I don't. If you still had 3 years to wait, maybe I don't have to wait.
3 years
Sure.
now. Yeah.
Because they're just saying they're going to adjust their waiting time to make up for it. I guess in
Yeah.
some people, it's,
Well, sometimes
they
if
make
you're
up
on the
for it.
list for 5 or 6, 7 years, who knows?
Right.
I don't know how long kidneys fail for, but they do have ways to keep it going until you get a new one. They are, so maybe the kidney. How long is the kidney wait list? Yeah, I'll look that up right now.
That's a good question. They say that 14,300 Black kidney transplant candidates have had their wait times modified by an average of 2 years, according to United Network.
So it says 3 to 5 years.
So in these cases, that 3 to 5 years could be instead 1
Yeah.
to 3 years for these people to try to make up for the way that they were put on the list to begin
Yeah.
with.
So
And I think what they're
Huh.
saying is that there would be a delay in when you were put on it, because they were saying that your kidney could be performing less good, but they would say, well, it's supposed to perform less good because you're Black. So it's not bad yet.
yeah.
Like, you see how you just end up not on the list when you should be? They'd look at somebody with the same functioning, equivalent function, but not Black, and go,
Now was this a
yeah, we need to
computer
get you on
though?
that list today.
There was just a computer.
Probably not.
I don't see. I just don't understand how this could have happened. So yeah. Okay. So numerous formulas and algorithms used in medical decisions. Yeah. So they're. Yeah. Okay. That is really weird.
Read
Yeah.
that last
I
part.
am.
They
Yeah.
adjust
So,
the answers according to race or ethnicity in a way that puts people of color at disadvantage. Yeah, they just straight up have it in their guidelines. I've seen
Huh.
some of the medical texts that literally say things like Black people don't have the same experience of pain as white people. Like, it's ridiculous
yeah.
that what they'll say, like
Hmm.
in some of these old medical texts, and some of that stuff is not gone.
Yeah.
So these treatment guidelines can still exist in a lot of cases. And shocking to me.
Huh.
Should be pretty shocking. 2024.
Well, that's good they caught it.
Finding out we've been still racist in kidney transplants.
Huh.
I didn't think to check kidney transplants. Did you?
No.
I wouldn't have thought there was a way to get racism going on there. I would have thought doctors would have been not racist. Maybe I shouldn't have thought that. No profession is
Okay.
above,
But yeah, that's good they figured that out, and hopefully they get it proper now.
So, but I guess they're also saying in this article, given how embedded these equations are in medical software and electronic records, even doctors may not realize how widely they impact care decisions. So there may be some doctors who literally just plug it in and the computer tells them,
yeah,
they plug in the race because that's part of the little input forms
Yeah.
they ask of everybody.
so
And they may not know how much that's used by the system.
yeah,
I could see some what is that? I don't want to say acceptable negligence. How would you say that?
that's innocent. No, what I know what you're trying to say.
I get why you fucked up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
Because I'm
neglect.
not sitting
But
there
neglect
questioning all my computers.
is
At work.
neglect, except like is actually I know what you're trying to say. I can't think of the saying right now. So negligence is something I don't know.
Yeah.
If you can help us out, the few in chat, let us help us out. But yeah, that's super unfortunate. But
So I guess there's other change. Obstetricians no longer are obstetricians supposed to include race in determining the risk of a pregnant woman attempting vaginal birth after a prior C-section. The American Heart Association just removed race from a commonly used calculator of people's heart disease risk. The American Thoracic Society has urged, this one hasn't happened, replacing race-based lung function evaluation. Okay, we're not done here.
but when it says
Like,
urged,
we're not done.
yeah, but now
We got the vagina, the heart, and the lungs still to go. We only have the kidney
they
fixed.
got the kidney.
We have to fix the vagina.
Yeah.
Clip it.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
So they're saying the kidney one is unique because of the effort to remedy a past wrong. I guess, but this says it's urged replacing. It didn't say it's happened. Maybe
Or they just got rid of it. Yeah.
We're doing something.
But yeah, that's saying that they should be able to, they have to put the person's race in to see, because some races are more likely to have a lung issue. I'm not sure. But
well, and obviously, like, having certain health issues can kind of correlate somewhat to race, but it's mostly because of other things that cause that, like, you know, Flint, Michigan kind of shit is what I'm getting at. Like, yes, people in Flint, Michigan got that lead problem. So, but also when you look at the race of Flint, Michigan, the race, however, split out. Anyways, I'm sure you don't know what.
blah blah blah. Black Americans are 3 times more likely to white people to experience kidney failure. So
right,
that's
and
something.
that could be due to many reasons.
Yeah.
You know, what's the leading cause of kidney failure? I'm sure it's due to diet.
Yeah,
probably.
I don't know.
I'm not a doctor, but if it's due to diet, well, obviously, Black Americans have a different, on average, diet than non-Black Americans' diet, right? And would that account for it? I don't know, but that's how you would look at the problem. Is, I think they say intersectionality. You wouldn't just stop at, oh, well, it's because Black people's kidneys are worse.
No, like,
right? You wouldn't do that. That would be racist.
Yeah,
right?
But again,
that would be wildly racist. You definitely couldn't say Black people's kidneys are worse. Wildly illegal to say. Can't say that.
I'm just gonna make sure to get that before you say you can't say that.
You can literally clip perfectly of me saying what you can't say.
But yeah, they're but maybe they we have to look at different countries. Is it the same in every country? Is it the same everywhere you go, or is that just America? Right?
Well, it's definitely going to be different everywhere, because we have our racial makeup, and other countries have their racial makeup, and we also have our health problems that Americans, we're not healthy.
Yeah, Americans
There's
are pretty
one thing
obese.
everyone knows about Americans.
They're
we're
obese,
not healthy, right?
All right.
We're definitely going to have weirder numbers than everyone else, but I bet you can find some places that are similar where racism played a factor in medicine. I think you can definitely find that for sure. If we did it here, there's no reason to think we're the first. We're not special. I know people want to say America first, but like, this isn't something.
Who has a great health system? Mexico. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, they actually are
it's
very,
surprising
very
how
good.
many Americans will go down there to get like
Canadians go down there
and just availability.
Canadians will go down there and pay for surgery, other than waiting here for surgery, for a free surgery here. So.
Yeah, I mean, I believe it. Definitely, and with our American health costs, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. And you're in and out in a day, so. All right.
The
well,
EGFR, or estimated glomerular filtration rate, evaluates kidney health based on how quickly a waste compound called creatine gets filtered from blood. So this is where the machine probably is measuring the EGFR for you, and you're just reading what the screen says afterwards. Because of a long ago false theory about differences in creatinine levels, many lab reports until recently often would list two results, one calculated for non-black patients and another for black patients,
Oh.
that could overestimate kidney function by as much as 16%.
Hmm.
Because there was an assumption that
Overestimate.
black people created more creatinine, which was never founded in fact.
But they
But they
overestimate it.
applied it
So
to these other things.
yeah, but if they overestimate it, wouldn't that catch it more?
No, it would mean they think your kidney's working well when it's actually not, and you should be on the list right now. But they're saying, no, you're still within healthy guidelines because we're using the black guideline, which allows for, allows for it to be worse longer. They're overestimating your function.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. They found it.
And thus delaying when you should have been on there. You should be on there right now. If they underestimated it, you would get on the list sooner.
I just gotta figure out. Yeah, overestimate kidney function. Yeah, I guess overestimated it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're saying it's working better than it really is. They're lying, and so you're not getting put on the list because you're not bad enough yet. You don't get put on the list until you're bad enough.
Yeah.
It's another one of those things. Or you have enough money.
Okay.
They're saying not every black kidney candidate was affected, which makes sense. I'm not saying every single situation. But it's obviously something that, in mass, you look at the numbers, it's a problem. And it's kind of crazy to me that this is going on still in this day and age. So, like you said earlier, good catch.
You think they'd be able to get a grow kidney by now? They can grow like friggin' livers. They can grow hearts. I believe they can get
that
pig
too.
hearts.
Can we just get this
Let's
stuff
start figuring
available
this shit.
everyone? But look at this. Here's an anecdote of how much it affected one person.
Yeah.
This person was listed in April 2019.
Yeah.
The Transplant Center unearthed the old lab tests and found that she would have qualified September 2015
4 years earlier.
had they used the non-black guidelines.
Yeah.
Versus the black guidelines. Almost 4 years. I guess 3.5 years. That's huge. People could die 3 years.
Oh, 100%. Less years.
Right? I don't know what you have or why you need it, but I assume it's things that can kill you. Right? Now, Evans did get the new kidney on July 4th and is healthy. So, good news for that person. And for anybody else they're trying to make up for the time wait, I guess, is the best they can do.
Yeah, because... Yeah.
But you don't know if people would be alive to. Exactly. That right there. I'm sure there's some people that aren't alive because they couldn't get the kidney in time due to an unfair test that we should have gotten rid of a long time ago.
Now the surprise story.
Now the surprise bonus story, if you've got the energy, or we can skip it.
No, let's do it. I'm already.
This
Take
is
it
a fun
away.
one found by our other host or part-time host, Jays. For us, this one from Gizmodo. I never thought that what I was doing was illegal. SBF says as he begins prison sentence.
that's always a good way to finish your sentence in prison. Well, shit. So
no, I couldn't do that.
It's
It
just a tad
reminds
bit.
me of a David Chappelle.
It's just a tad bit late to read up on financial laws, bro.
Yeah, and this SBF, for anybody who doesn't know, is Samwell Bankman-Fried. Is it Samwell?
I don't know.
What is your Sam?
I
Sam
cannot
Wise?
tell you.
Samwise Bankman-Fried man. No, that's not right.
Okay.
Is it Bankman and Fried man?
Let's see. Oh, well, he knows what's gonna happen to him in prison. He knows. He's like, Sam
Bankman-Fried. There we go.
25-year prison sentence.
Oh yeah, we covered that on the show, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
So
he released a statement saying how sorry he was about his crimes. Yeah, he says he made some bad decision and didn't realize that his billion-dollar Ponzi scheme wasn't illegal.
Wasn't illegal? They use it. Gotta correct. Something happened there.
That's no.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it, Gizmodo.
If you said it that way, then he knew it was illegal.
Was it illegal?
I tried to hold myself to a high standard, and I certainly didn't meet that standard. Most of what I think about each day, I'm haunted every day by what I was lost.
Yeah, he's gonna.
I never intended to hurt anyone.
He's gonna be in jail for years. He's hopefully Does he deserve to go to jail for 25 years for that? That's a pretty
Yes.
harsh prison sentence, but
Probably should be more.
well, yeah, you think so for fraud?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Do
people
you know how
get
many lives he ruined? How many
Hey.
people are actually impacted by this?
I actually haven't seen the number.
Like, are
but,
financial crimes not crimes?
yeah, but people have done far worse, like triple murder, and they get out in like 20 years. So I was like, but
Well, just because one crime doesn't have a big enough penalty doesn't mean that this crime shouldn't have a big penalty. That's not a great argument.
well, that's a pretty good argument to
That,
get
that
the
sounds
other
like
ones.
you need to get that. That you should just argue that that one should have more of a penalty, and not argue that this one should have less to meet the one that you says has a problem. Right?
There we go. Maybe I was doing something, but yeah.
Like if murder is 5 years, maybe murder should be more. Not this thing should be equal to murder.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But
like if this thing is 25 years and murder is 5 years, maybe we can make murder 50 years first, and then look at should this be 25 or should this be?
yeah, and then
5 or 20
I'd
or
probably be
30.
okay with that then. If maybe
I
I'd
don't
be okay
think
with
that
that.
saying murder is 5 years is a good argument for why this should or shouldn't be what it is.
But again, if people are willingly going to give you money for, I was like, okay, like.
And also, third degree involuntary manslaughter, should that really not be 5 years or less?
Pen again.
You really think that? Third
manslaughter
degree involuntary
yeah.
manslaughter is still you murdered somebody, but third degree involuntary is a whole lot of mitigating circumstances.
Well, that's different than murder, though. Again, that's two different charges.
Well, what degree murder?
Well, we didn't ask that.
Which degree murder is 5 years?
I probably third degree manslaughter. Who knows?
Was it?
I didn't say 5 years. I said 20 years. You're the one that said 5 years.
Well, you said that is 20 years not enough for murder? I thought you said somebody was getting out in
I
5
said
years
triple
for
murder.
doing 3 murders.
Triple
So
murder.
3 murders,
Yes.
and they get out in 20 years?
I said some people can. Yeah.
I mean, I could believe that because we do that stupid concurrent sentence thing. I don't like the
Anyway, we should go on about this. So he's getting 25 years in prison. He's not going to be out till he's 57 years old. So you can see early release if he has good behavior. So,
that's how our system works.
now when good behavior, like early release, is that 10 years? Is that 15 years still?
Well, it depends. I mean, usually that's in the sentencing guideline as to when you could be up for that.
Oh, see, he was going to get more. Prosecutor originally wanted him to get 40 to 50 years. Damn, so
they were saying fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering.
Yeah, I don't know if you lost Dustin there. We might have. Unless I lost everything. You're tweaking out, my friend. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. You might have to leave and come back. Oh, I cannot hear you. You're not saying words right now. But yeah. You're not saying words. Can you just stop, please? You sound like an alien. Like, that's what you sound like right now. You're not saying words. But yeah, he's going to jail for a long time. Don't do fraud, don't do conspiracy. I don't know if I have to. I don't have anything else. And unfortunately, we cannot hear Dustin. So, he has nothing else as well.
Oh, wow. How is it back? Wow.
Yeah, you're back now.
I'm back? You were a robot now.
Yeah, you were a
that
robot.
Whole time.
You were a
we'll
robot.
See who was a robot.
That was weird, you know? Thanks for being here, everybody. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. We're still growing on YouTube and on Kick. You can rewatch us and check out all the segments if you go to borderlinebanter.com, which is pinned in the Kick Discord. Kick chat. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and X, formerly known as Twitter. And if you want to be on the show, please shoot us a message.
And currently.
Sorry?
Huh? Nothing.
Yeah. Shoot us a message. Drop us a line. We'll get back to you. We'll always like to have a guest, hear your opinions, and see what you got to say. And
Just read
Dustin,
the rules.
yeah, you can take the last segment here. I mean, the last one.
Just like to take a moment every show here to let everybody know it's okay not to be okay, and if you're feeling not okay, to take a look at some of our different options here. You have people you can reach out to. We have different hotlines for different issues you could be feeling or facing. Reach out for help. It's okay not to be okay. You're not alone. You know. So 988 is the number that works for all of North America, Canada, Mexico, and United States.
For sure.
So
Thank you, Dustin.
yeah.
Anything else to say before we leave here?
Just thanks everyone who tuned in with us here. I know it's it's sort of coming back from a holiday, so maybe not very many people tuning in with us, but I appreciate everyone who can, and anyone who could help us get to our goals: 300 on Kick and 50 on YouTube.
We're working there. And thank you very much. We'll be back on Wednesday. I'll pass you off to my friend Heckles. He is just playing some Grand Theft Auto. Stay safe,
I
everybody.
assume they're playing that new city we've heard a little bit about.
We'll find out.